Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about spin brush systems. Now, prior to being contacted by these two companies and receiving these spin brush systems, I had been a pretty faithful user of the manual kind of brush. So this is one that Sephora sells. And even though it feels pretty soft, I found it to do a decent job of exfoliating my skin. I used this on a regular basis, probably at least 2 to 3 times a week. And I really did feel like there were a lot of benefits from this. Now, obviously, this is the good old-fashioned manual kind. And I had gotten this after seeing so many people talking about the Clarisonic, but I just never felt like I wanted to dish out that kind of money for a spin brush system. So I also picked up one like this. This is from Amazon, and this one's an even softer brush head, and I find this is a great one just for kind of daily cleansing. Like if I feel like I didn't get my face clean enough, sometimes I'll go in with this. This one's not really exfoliating, but it just really helps with the cleansing process. So those were my only experiences with any type of brush cleaning system. So when these two different companies contacted me at random times, I thought, yeah, I would love to try out a true blue spin brush system since I had never tried one before. So I'm going to be comparing these two different brush systems with you. I'll give you kind of what comes in each kit, and then I will notate on the screen how much each one is. This video is not sponsored by either company, and I'm also not making any money off of either one. So if you make a purchase, great. If not, hopefully you'll at least find this informational, and maybe it just kind of prompts you to look into spin brushes as a whole. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the first spin brush review. The first spin brush system that I received was this one from Duvolle, and it's the Radiance Spin Care System. This one comes with the base here, and then it comes with 4 interchangeable heads that you can easily put on here or change out. So this one is battery operated. It requires 4 AA batteries. This end part is a little difficult to get off when you need to change the batteries, but it does fit very securely on here, and this base is water resistant because 2 of the brush heads are ones that you are going to be using definitely in the shower. So it comes with 4 brush heads. So the first 2 are for face. This one is the exfoliating one, and when you go over it, it feels just about like the stiffness on this manual brush that I have. So it doesn't feel super harsh or anything, but when you use it on the skin, it really does provide a great bit of exfoliating. Next is this softer brush, and this one is just for daily use. You can use this just with your soap, and it helps just really deep clean your skin, but it's not going to be exfoliating or harsh on your skin. The other 2 I mentioned are use in the shower. So this huge one is for your body. So I'm excited to have this available as we're going into spring and summer, and I'm going to be doing sunless tanning. You know, exfoliating before you put on sunless tanner is super important. So this is a body size one. Now, I'm not planning to use this like all over, you know, arms, legs, that kind of thing. I think that could be a little tedious, but definitely neck and chest area, that's where I have used it so far. And I think it is really helpful to do that because just like on our face, the more exfoliating you can do, the greater help we have in the anti-aging process. So that works really well. This is actually quite a bit stiffer than the facial exfoliating one. So definitely just for use on the body. And then the final little brush head is this pumice stone. And when I saw this, I thought, is this really something I want? Let me tell you, yes. This little pumice stone attached to this guy works miracles. If you have calluses on your feet, this is amazing. So there is a tool, I think it's by Amapay or something like that, that I've seen advertised, and it's like, I don't know, upwards of $30, $40, something like that. And I've just never wanted to break down and get that. But I have really a hard time with calluses on my big toe and then around my heel. And within 1 to 2 uses with this, it's amazing how much softer those areas were. It took care of almost all of the calluses in those spots just within 1 to 2 uses. So I think this is a great addition to the other brush heads included in this kit. Now this one, it has the on-off switch here. This one only has 1 speed and then the off. So real easy, it's not very loud. So that's nice. To pop on one of these brush heads, all you have to do is actually just place it there and it clicks in place. When you're done using it, you just pull it off. Super easy. All of them apply the same way and they come off just as easily. Now, the speed on this is actually pretty fast. Let me just show you here on my hand. And you do have to have a little bit of strength in your hand to kind of control it as you're using it on your face. But overall, I don't find it difficult to get around, you know, using on your face or on your body or your feet or whatever. I would recommend though, if you're doing the pumice stone in the shower, sit down to do it because you'll need to kind of get to those areas in your feet. It's a little hard. I've done it standing, but it's a little hard to do balancing on one foot in the shower. So overall, I've been very impressed by this spin care system. I found it easy to use. I am still on the original battery set and I've had this for several months. And I do feel like each one of the brush heads has a distinct use and is distinctly different from the other. So I will continue to get great use out of this. And like I said, I'll leave all the information about this particular system in the description box below. Now on to the second spin care system that I received. This is from Glamfields, and this one is just called Facial Cleansing Massager. This particular system comes with the base. It looks like this. This comes with a little base that you can put this in. Now, I was really excited about this base until I realized that it kind of needs to be a little bit deeper because if you're not careful, it can easily tip right over. So it's kind of nice to have the base, but you just have to know that this base doesn't make it real sturdy. So just be aware of that. But it comes with the base, and then this one comes with 3 brush heads and a USB charging cord. So this one does not require batteries. It is has a rechargeable battery. You just plug this into the base, and you will need a plug adapter in order to plug it into the wall. But it says to charge it for 8 hours the first time you get it to help kind of keep the battery life. Now, I am still using this a couple weeks into it, and I'm still on my original charge. So it does hold a charge for quite a long time. So that's a really good thing. Now this one, you'll see it kind of has a gold metallic look here. This one's actually a little bit lighter weight feeling than this one is. And obviously the shape of it is very different. This one has 2 speeds. So the first speed, you hit it once, then second speed is high, and then off. The 3 brush heads that it comes with are the first one, which is the ultra soft brush head. And you'll see this one is a little bit larger than the other brush systems. So there they are compared. So this is all just for face, and this one is pretty soft as well. So this is one that you could use on a daily basis with your cleanser. And this particular brush system focuses on, all of their instructions are kind of focused on the fact that spin brushes do help kind of promote circulation, also keeping the pores clean, helping with acne and oil and all of that. So again, this one would be for use with your cleanser. Now this one comes with also a natural latex sponge one. And to me, I find these very similar in ways that I would use them. Now this one, I was kind of perplexed. On the box, it said that it's helpful in easing the weariness around the eyes and getting rid of bags under the eyes. I would not recommend using a spin brush system around the eye area. I don't know, that's just me. Because this spins pretty, I mean, even on the low form, I don't know, that just kind of makes me a little nervous. And it can tug at the skin a little bit, and you know, this area around the eyes is so delicate. You definitely don't want to be doing a spin brush system or anything that is going to tug at that area around the eyes. However, this would be a nice option if your skin is really sensitive, or maybe you have a really bad breakout and you're wanting to really make sure your face is cleansed thoroughly, but you don't quite feel like you want to use the brush. This is a good option. It's really soft when it's wet and with your soap in there, and you can just go all over your face, and it does have a really nice massaging feel as you kind of put this all over your face. Now the final brush head is the exfoliating brush head, and I appreciate that this one has distinguished the exfoliating one between the regular brush head by giving us that pink color through there. So I appreciate that because you can tell at a glance which one is which. So again, this one kind of the same concept as the previous one. You just place this on here and you're supposed to use this. It says what, once a week? Yeah, this says like once a week to use the exfoliating brush. I've used it a couple times a week because I like to use an exfoliator every couple days anyway. So this one, I found it kind of to be, in a weird way, kind of awkward to hold on your face and maneuver. I don't know, kind of a little bit strange to me. And this one, I don't know if you can see, it kind of has a mind of its own. So you do have to exercise a little more hold and grip on this. And because this is smooth, it can be a little tricky if your hands are wet or you've got soap going on. So just be aware of that. It does feel nice and soothing on your face, like you are getting a massage. But again, I do feel like this one moves the skin more than this one does. I don't know, call me crazy. Maybe. So those are the basics of what are included in this facial cleansing massager kit by Glamfields. So overall, this is a decent package. I think the biggest difference between this one and the Duvolle is obviously this one's a rechargeable battery. The Duvolle one is not. You have to supply your batteries. And the Duvolle one, though, does give you 4 very distinctly different brush heads, whereas the Glamfields, really, in my mind, I find it really just 2 different brush heads. Obviously the sponge is different than the soft brush head, but I feel like these 2 are pretty interchangeable. So then it comes down to just kind of price point and what you feel like fits best with your needs. Now I will just tell you, on the Glamfields box, some of the instructions don't really make a whole lot of sense. And like I was reading you about what they're recommending with the sponge head, you know, using it around the eyes, just use that with caution. And as you read some of these instructions, some of them don't quite make sense. So I'm not sure that English was the first language that these directions were put into, but they are in English on the box, but some of the sentences don't really make sense. So just a little fair warning out there. So overall, I do think that both of these spin brush systems have good points about them. I would say if push came to shove, my favorite of the two is the Duvolle because of the 4 very distinct brush heads and their uses. I also find that this one, it has a little bit of a rubberized exterior. So I find this a little bit easier to hold on to when I am using it on my face or body or feet. So that's just something to keep in mind. But both systems have great qualities about them. And if you are not currently using a spin brush system, check one of these out. I'll leave all of the information about both of them in the description box, along with any discount codes that I have for you. And thank you guys, as always, so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.